Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Anna, a clinical psychology doctoral intern. Today we're going to talk about 5 healthy things for you that I'm absolutely addicted to. So I'm going to rank these in terms of how addicted to them I am, from least addictive to most addictive. Now, before we get into them, although these are things that are good for your mental health and your physical health overall, there are some people with certain conditions that shouldn't do some of these. For instance, I believe people with low blood pressure shouldn't take cold showers. And so just make sure to check in with your physician before you do these if you suspect you might have something that prevents you from being able to reap the benefits. So number 5 is actually cold showers. I have been addicted to cold showers recently, which is kind of surprising because I love hot showers. But I learned that cold showers stimulate the vagus nerve, which is responsible for activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is all about rest and digest. It also combats the sympathetic nervous system, which is all about fight or flight. So as you can imagine, when you're in fight or flight for extended periods of time, it's not very healthy. So if you struggle with that, if you have anxiety or stress or any other mental health concerns that make you in a fight or flight state chronically, cold showers can be a great way to get out of that a little bit. Especially in the warmer seasons, I find this to be so refreshing. It kind of feels like I'm swimming in this little cove in a rainforest somewhere. And I'm definitely addicted to it at this point, where the last time that I took a really hot bath, it just didn't quite do it for me. I just kept thinking about the high that I feel when it's a cold shower, and I can really feel how shocked my body is, but in a really healthy way. A couple tips: if this seems like not a lot of fun for you, remember to breathe through it. I remember the first few times that I did it, it was just this state of shock where my body was not really breathing. And a second tip is, if you really struggle with this, try to just incrementally move the knob a little colder and colder throughout the shower, or just do it for the last 30 seconds. See if you can take a few deep breaths, just 3 really long deep breaths maybe, because your body adjusts to it. So if you start out with like lukewarm water, you'll notice that by the time the shower is over, it'll feel a lot warmer to you. Just like when you first get into a pool, it feels a lot colder than afterwards when you've been swimming in it for a while. Number 4 thing that I'm addicted to that's really healthy is moving my body every day. And this is a blessing. Not everyone has the ability to do this because of various disabilities or health issues that they have. It is a privilege to be able to move your body in certain ways. So just keep that in mind. And if you are able to move your body to whatever extent is possible for you, remember that there are people out there that do not have that ability. And so why not make use of it? Why not do things that you enjoy, whether it's stretching for a few minutes at work at every hour, or going on a really nice walk, or doing workouts that you genuinely enjoy. I try to do at least 5 workouts a week, and I try to move my body every single day if I can, whether it's taking the stairs at work, stretching in between clients, things like that. Of course, it is great for your physical cardiovascular health, and it's also really good for your mental health as well. We know that it tends to improve mood overall, and it reduces your baseline cortisol levels. Hi guys, Editing Anna here. Just wanted to interject for a moment because I want to make one thing clear. There is such a thing as an exercise addiction, and that is absolutely not what I'm advocating for here. I use the phrase "I'm addicted to these things" in the colloquial sense, not the clinical sense in this context. They're things I look forward to every day, and I feel like my day isn't quite complete without them. But obviously, that's very different from the kind of distress that people feel when they have a genuine clinical addiction. All of the things in this video can be taken to an extreme where they can become unhealthy. In the case of exercise addiction, that's very different from the kind of body movement I'm talking about here, which is joyful, invigorating, and an act of self-love, not a punitive or fear-driven movement that exercise addiction looks like. And this is true of every item I'm about to say here. All of them can be taken to an extreme where they cease to be healthy. So just wanted to interject that. Number 3 thing that I'm addicted to is massages. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not in the state financially where I can go get weekly or even monthly professional massages. I wish that were the case. I did recently get a free massage at work, and that was so appreciated. But I'm not talking about getting regular professional massages here. I'm talking about having somebody, ideally a loved one who you feel safe with, who can give you some head rubs before going to bed, or even just grazing their fingers across your arms. I find that to be really wonderful. It helps me fall asleep. Actually, getting these sorts of massages is what cured my insomnia, basically. And when I don't have that person who gives me massages, which is my husband, I do find it much more difficult to fall asleep. Physical touch from a safe loved one is the simplest way to calm your nervous system. It is the most natural thing to do when you're feeling scared or overwhelmed or sad. It can boost oxytocin, which is the love hormone that women release when they have a baby, and just helps you feel embodied, increases your interoceptive sense, which is basically your sense of what you feel inside of your body. Also, you can purchase stones that you can heat up in water and then put them on your back to give yourself a hot stone massage. You can purchase massage oil and take turns doing this with a friend or family member or partner, whoever you feel safe with. Although, be careful with those hot stones because I did really burn my husband with them a few years ago, and since then he refuses to get those massages, so don't make it too hot. Number 2 thing that I'm addicted to is journaling. If you've been on this channel before, you may know it's not a surprise. I've been addicted to journaling for quite some time. I am huge on writing and also just having a space to decompress, to plan for difficult interactions, to debrief difficult interactions, to interpret dreams, to do gratitude journaling. I do a page of gratitude journaling every single morning. That is my routine first thing when I wake up in the morning. As I get my coffee, I sit in front of the sun and I write a page of gratitude. I really push myself to finish it, even if I'm kind of running out of ideas early on. We know from positive psychology that this really helps gear us into a more positive outlook. It's so easy to get bogged down into cynicism and pessimism, and of course there are negative things about life, but focusing on the positive things, on the blessings you do have, can be such a wonderful way to just shift gear and start your day in a really great attitude. And lastly, number 1 thing that I'm addicted to is hiking. Hiking is so incredible for you mentally and physically, of course. I love being in the mountains more than anything. It is where I belong. I felt that way ever since I was a little girl. I know from studies from Japan, where they originated, that forest bathing or forest therapy is extremely helpful to people. Just being among trees, meditating, or even just walking in them be beneficial for your immune system, but also helpful for your mental health. Trees release certain chemicals called phytoncides, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, phytoncides, that have medicinal properties. Like I said, they do boost your immune system. And of course, plants release fresh oxygen as well, and they take up carbon dioxide, which is very helpful because we need exactly the opposite. We need to release carbon dioxide and intake oxygen. And something about doing physical exercise surrounded by all these trees is incredible because I can physically feel how fresh the air is. I can inhale it and feel how pure the oxygen is that's filling my lungs. Being somewhere with green spaces and having visible water has also been shown to boost mood levels. Plus, the act of climbing up to a goal in a hike, an overlook, something beautiful, a reward at the end of all your hard work over the course of a few hours, can build self-efficacy. It can make you feel like I wanted to achieve this thing and then I went and did it and I got something that felt really good when I did that. And when you get your heart rate up while you're walking uphill, it can honestly be very addictive because it feels almost like a natural rush, a natural high. And of course, like I said, you get a reward at the end of it as well, but it's without any of the negative things that an actual high would give you, like without any withdrawal or physical drawbacks. So hiking is absolutely something that I try to do at least once a week. And I find that if I don't have plans to go hiking on the weekend, I do feel like, I need it. I need to go hiking because I really feel that one hike per week for like 2-3 hours at least sets me up to be in a great mental space. So those are the 5 things that I find to be extremely addictive. Let's rate them again in terms of importance to summarize: hiking, journaling, massages, moving my body every day, and cold showers. Again, try to speak to your physician before you try some of these out, but let me know if these are something that you benefit from too. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see more of it, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, anything you want to do. See you later.